town is often judged by the public buildings it has and the services it can provide to citizens. Behind me is the $11.2 million structure that will become our new library. We talked with students, librarians, and major players in this project to find out more information. Do you think a new library is necessary for this town?
I think so. I think the old one is really old and gross, so I think a new one would help a lot of kids go and study, and it would be good for our family.
I'm here with Mr. Sal Genovese, the director at the library right now. Mr. Genovese, why was it decided that Walpole needed a new library?
The former director and the trustees, they did some studies about the use of the building, and they determined that the present location didn't meet the needs and the future needs of the residents of Walpole. So that sort of was the impetus for the whole building project, and culminating now with the building of the new library. As times change, the uses that happen in libraries changed over time as well, and the new building just simply didn't support those, and the new library has those elements designed into them. So we're hoping that once the new building is built, that people will see the library for more than just simply a warehouse for books, but a place where people can come together, meet, study, do business, and take advantage of all the new technology that just we can't do in the old library.
Do you think a new library will be beneficial to Walpole?
Oh, a new library would be wonderful for Walpole. I think it would benefit everybody in the town, from kindergartners on up.
Do you think if the present library had a more tech-savvy environment, would more people be drawn to it?
Definitely, especially now that people are out of work. They're always online looking for networking opportunities, and that's just one example I can think of right away.
Do you think a new library is necessary for Walpole?
No, I don't think it is. I think the one that we have now is fine, just if they renovated it, because they don't need to waste all that new money building it somewhere else when they can just fix this one up.
So what are going to be some of the featured aspects of this new library?
The new library, well, first of all, obviously we're going to have what you would consider in a library. We're going to have a stacks, we'll have a reference section, we'll have a circulation desk. A lot of the things that you're familiar with the old library will be in the new library. But in addition, we're going to have a lot more community space, and I think this is really the most exciting part of the new library. Currently, we have designed 5 small study rooms in the reference area. So if you are in small groups, like 2 or 3 people, you're doing a school project, for example, and you want to go to the library, but you want a quiet space, there's room there for you now, where currently you kind of have to spread out on a table and you're out in the middle of everywhere. The children's room will be separate. It will no longer be in the basement. That'll be nice. It'll actually be on the first floor. We'll also have a garden outside the parking lot, outside the building, for people like during the spring and summer months, even into the fall. So it'll be a place to have lunch if you work downtown, or at least we hope people will use it that way. It's also a place where we could do outdoor programs, because it's right off the children's room. The building itself, I think, will be interesting because there's a lot of energy savings that's going on into the building. It's going to be LEED certified, which means that there's a lot of renewable materials that they're going to be using, a lot of local materials that they're using. There's going to be energy efficient lights. There's going to be a the roof is going to actually be it's going to be a living roof. It's not grass. I don't know, some kind of vegetation, but the roof over the program room will actually be alive, if you will. And so that's going to be kind of interesting to see how that works out.
So is $11.2 million worth putting into a new library? Will it put a spotlight on Walpole as a town, or will it just be a waste of taxpayers' money? We will find out in 2012 upon the library's completion.